started investing on my own, built up my emergency funds, and just generally changed my relationship with money because although I do not exist in a perfect system, and I do believe in working toward more policy-based change so that we all are working under better circumstances, I also know that what we do in the meantime actually matters. And one of the most common refrains when it comes to content directed at people about money is what you need to do or have or own before 30. And I will say that I was in a pretty good place financially by 30, but I had almost nothing saved. I had an emergency fund by that time, I was starting to build toward investment, and I had paid off my debt, which are three huge things. But I certainly didn't have like some big number in a retirement account. I was not at that time in a position to buy a home. We didn't want children, but if we did, we couldn't have afforded them in New York City. And that was still in a dual income household. So when I read a lot of the headlines around what you're supposed to do or have by the age of 30, they feel deeply unrealistic to me. However, I do think, and I say this as a 37-year-old, that 30 can be a very good age to really check in with yourself and be honest about what parts of your life don't currently feel good or aligned with where you want to be. And then furthermore, to be honest about what parts of that are under your control versus out of your control. It is not healthy to beat ourselves up, for example, about carrying things like student loan debt because we live in a situation where why do we even have that debt in the first place? Especially for things like public schools, why are we having to take out tens if not hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of loans? But if, for example, like was my case, some of our financial issues are based on spending in a way that is not productive or out of alignment with our larger goals, that is something that we can be honest about. We also don't have to live in shame or regret or self-berating for decisions we might have made in the past, but we can use that information to make better decisions moving forward. And if